The Supreme Court has officially caved to the pressure and today has formally adopted a code of conduct. Now, if you want to read it for yourself, I will email it out to you tonight in my Newsgirl News Roundup email, so make sure you sign yourself up. This, of course, comes after those bombshell reports about Justice Clarence Thomas and his years of undisclosed luxury travel on private planes and super yachts and undisclosed gifts and real estate transactions. And in case you didn't know, I have been reporting for months. Until today, the Supreme Court did not have a formal code of conduct written down on a piece of paper that they all followed. That meant ethics, disclosures, recusals from cases where there were conflicts of interest were all up to the individual conscience of each of the justices. Well, as of today, that is no more. After Congress threatened to impose a formal conduct on the court came up with a code of conduct for themselves, though it's unclear how this code of conduct is going to be enforced. And yes, this one is written on a piece of paper. Actually, it's written on 15 pieces of paper, and it includes 5 canons that the justices should adhere to. Each canon has specifics about how to follow that canon. I'm just going to give you sort of a broad view of them all, but if you want to read all the specifics, again, make sure you signed up for the roundup. I'll email it to you tonight. Canon 1. A justice should uphold the integrity and independence of the judiciary, meaning justices need to observe high standards of conduct personally and in his or her work to maintain the integrity and independence of the entire federal court system. Canon 2. A justice should avoid impropriety and the appearance of impropriety in all activities, meaning the justices have to, abide by the laws, and a justice should not allow their family, social, political, financial, or other relationships to influence their official conduct or judgment. Canon 3. A justice should perform the duties of the office fairly, impartially, and diligently. Now, this one has 7 specific parts, but generally talks about the justice's responsibilities. It talks about when a justice should recuse or disqualify him or herself from a case, including if there's a financial interest, and it describes what financial interests mean. Canon 4. A justice may engage in extrajudicial activities that are consistent with the obligations of the judicial office. This section talks about the types of activities Supreme Court justices can participate in outside of the Supreme Court building, including things like speaking engagements, writing books, teaching, consulting, and which organizations he or she can be involved in, including which charities and fundraisers are appropriate. This canon says justices cannot participate in any kind of mediation or arbitration, nor can the justice practice law on the side. It also talks about what type of real estate investments justices can make and determines what types of gifts can be accepted, which cannot, and which need to be disclosed. Canon 5. A justice should refrain from political activity. This section says justices cannot be leaders or hold office in political organizations, nor should they make any speeches for political organizations or endorse any candidates.